Hello geeks and gamers, Matt Lemke here with your gamer goggles, and today we're going to take a look at the Theros intro pack, which is, in this case, is going to be manipulative monstrosities and 3 booster packs. So, Theros is the newest expansion. It's going to be out on the 27th, I believe, of September. Now, every intro pack comes with a brief overview for the game, or in this case, I think this one is the Planeswalker breakdown. Yeah, this is the Planeswalker breakdown. I'll zoom out a bit. And on the back, it is the intro for how to play Magic the Gathering. It has all the glossary terms in it. It has a basic breakdown of the cards in the game. And every intro pack also has another flip two-sided flyer that includes all the deck lists that are in the different intro packs. And then on the other side, they give you information on Friday Night Magic and boosting your deck with boosters, etc. So, we're going to take a look at the actual main part of the deck. The foil premier card for the deck is the Shipbreaker Kraken, which has one of the featured abilities for the set, which is Monstrosity 4. Well, the featured ability is Monstrosity, which is basically you can boost the creature just by going off of Monstrosity's 4s. If this creature isn't a monstrous, or isn't monstrous, put 4+1/+1 counters on it, and there would be the activation cost to do so. Shipbreaker Kraken can tap up to 4 target creatures, and those 4 creatures don't untap during the next creature's untap step. So that's pretty cool. I would like to see this print of this picture, and since it's a foil, I'm going to just go ahead and set it aside. Well, we have a Coral Merfolk, which is a reprint. Omen Speaker. Banished Heart. Banished Heart. Man, I must be tired. That's Burnished Heart. Crackling Triton, which is another Merfolk. And he deals 2 damage to target creature or player for the red at the activation of the red and 2 plus the sacrifice. We have Wall of Frost, which is from M14. Ill-Tempered Cyclops. He is a monstrosity creature with trample. Water Savant. I am just not with it. This is a Water Servant. Sealock Monster, which is another creature with monsters from the set. And when Sealock Monster becomes monster's target, land becomes an island in addition to its other types. We have Stone Shock Giant, which is another monstrosity creature. And we have a good bit of lands. We have Lost in Labyrinth. Target creature gets -3/-0 until end of turn, scry 1. That's pretty good for 1 blue. Shock Reprint. Well, not reprint, it's from M14. Disperse. Lightning Strike. Magma Jet. Ordeal of Perforus. Enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then, if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice Ordeal of Perforus. When you sacrifice Ordeal of Perforus, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Dissolve, counter target spell, and scry 1. Hey, that's pretty good. Griptide, put target creature on top of its owner's library. Not as good as Boomerang. Well, maybe it is in a way. I'm a bigger fan of Boomerang. Enrage of Perforus. It deals 4 damage to target creature. It can't be regenerated this turn and scry 1. 4 damage and scry. That's not so bad. Then we have Sea God's Revenge, which is return up to 3 target creatures your opponent controls to their owner's hands. Scry 1. I don't know if that is steep or not. And then we have Curse of the Swine, which is a rare. Exile X target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its controller puts a 2/2 green boar creature token onto the battlefield. That's not so bad. If it was just X creatures, it would not be nearly as good, but it's target creatures. Because it's target, it's good. Volcanic Geyser, which is in from M14. Now, the first of the 2 packs that came with the intro. And I've never seen any of these cards yet because I didn't go to a pre-release. So we have Guardians of Meletis. He's a Defender 0/6 artifact creature. We have Prescient Chimera. Flying, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you scry 1. Demolish, destroy target artifact or land. Leaf Crown Dryad, which has Bestow. Bestow is if you cast this card for its Bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached to a creature. Wow, that's kind of cool. So instead of playing it for 2/2, I can have a enchantment on a creature that gives it +2/+2 in reach for 4. Versatile. Cetessan Battle Priest. Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Cetessan Battle Priest, you gain 2 life. Interesting. We have Two-Headed Cerberus, which is a hound with double strike. Vulpine Goliath, which is apparently a really big fox, people. A really big fox. Annulled, which is a reprint from back in the day. Titan's Strength. Target creature gets +3/+1 until end of turn and you scry. It looks like scry is a big theme in this new set. We have Peak Eruption for the first uncommon. Destroy target mountain. Peak Eruption deals 3 damage to that land's controller. Interesting. Second uncommon, Ordeal of Thassa. Enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then, if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice Ordeal of Thassa. When you sacrifice Ordeal of Thassa, draw 2 cards. That's not so bad for a blue and a colorless. It's actually pretty good. We have Triton Fortune Hunter, which is a blue and 2 colorless Whenever you cast a spell that targets Triton Fortune Hunter, draw a card. And he's a 2/2 for 3. And we have Heliod, God of the Sun, a mythic rare. He's indestructible. As long as your devotion to white is less than 5, Heliod isn't a creature. Each white mana symbol in the mana cost of permanents you control counts towards your devotion to white. And on top of that, he has other creatures you control have vigilance, and for 2 white and 2 colorless, he puts 2/1 cleric enchantments creature token onto the battlefield. That is white. So wait, it's a 2/1 white cleric enchantment creature token. Interesting. It's not just a creature, it's an enchantment. And we have a foil, Battle-wise Hoplite, a blue and a colorless. He's a 2/2. A 2/2 for 2 is always good. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Battle-wise, he has Heroic. And his Heroic allows you to scry. We have another land. Pack number 2. Pack 1 wasn't so bad. Pack number 2, we have Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Grey Merchant of Asphodel enters the battlefield. Each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. That's pretty cool. I'm a fan of it. It is 5, but I'm a fan of it. Sedge Scorpion has Death Touch, and he's a 1/1 for 1. Felhide Minotaur is a 2/3 for 3. Satyr Rambler, Trample, 2/1. 2/1 for 2 with Trample, that's not so bad. Another new ability. Observant Alcide has Bestow for a white and 4 colorless. If you... no, this isn't a new ability, we already talked about it. If you cast this card for its bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached. And as a basic creature, it has vigilance. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. So as an enchantment, it's a little bit better, but it's also a lot more mana. And of course, it's good art because, it's by a long time Magic artist, Todd Lockwood. Which, so far, the art in this set has been pretty impressive. There's always a few pictures that I don't like, but I like most of the Magic art. Now we have Scourge Mark, which is for a black and a colorless enchanted creature. When Scourge Mark enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0. We have the Coastline Chimera, which is a flyer. He's a 1/5 for 4, with the ability to block an additional creature for the cost of 1 white and 1 colorless. Another Rage of Perforos. A Satyr Hedonist, which for red you can sacrifice him and he adds 3 red to your mana pool, and he's a 2/1 for 2. He's pretty good. We have our first uncommon of this pack is Heliod's Emissary. He has Bestow for a white and 6. Whenever Heliod's Emissary or enchanted creature attacks, tap target creature and opponent controls. Enchanted creature also gets +3/+3. Interesting. Second uncommon is Sea God's Revenge, which is return up to 3 target creatures your opponents control to their owner's hands, and you have scry 1. Which we already covered that in the starter. Now I am actually going to pause here because I noticed that there's multicolored cards. I like multicolored cards. I'm glad that they're in this set. We have Farika's Mender, which is when Farika's Mender enters the battlefield, you may return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. A 4/3/4/5. potential. I don't know how fast. Oh wow, Thoughtseize is back. Wow. That's pretty cool. And then we have a foil in this one too is Agents of Horizons. For a blue and 2 colorless, Agent of Horizons can't be blocked this turn. He's a 3/2 for 3. It's not bad. Now the first of the 3 extra packs, and we're going to try and skip over the commons that we've already seen. Now we have a Theros Warden, which is tap target creature with power 3 or less. She's a 1/2 for 4. Well, a white and 3 colorless. Sip of Hemlock, which is destroy target creature. Its controller loses 2 life. We have Stymied Hopes, which is a counter spell for a blue and colorless, and it's basically a reprint of Force Spike with the addition of Scry. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1, Scry 1. We have Shredding Winds, which Shredding Winds deals 7 damage to target creature with flying. 7 damage for 3 is not so bad. Eat your heart out, Sengir Vampire. Boulder Fall deals 5 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. The only really redeeming factor about this is, well, it's an instant. And dividing damage among things is always pretty good, but Fate Foretold is an enchant creature. Well, it's an aura enchant creature. When Fate Foretold enters the battlefield, draw a card. When a creature dies, its controller draws a card. Not bad for a blue and a colorless. Portent of Betrayal. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn and scry 1. It's not bad. The only drawback I see with it is it's a sorcery. And then we have another Observant Alcide. We have Defend the Hearth. I was going to say Defend the Faith. I must be tired. A green and a colorless instant. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to players this turn. Not so bad. Another Agent of Horizons. First uncommon is Destructive Revelry. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Destructive Revelry deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. A green and a red. It's not bad. We have Phalanx Leader, which is a 2/2 for a 2/2 for 1. A 1/1 for 2 white. And he has Heroic. And his is, whenever you cast a spell that targets Phalanx Leader, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's pretty good. We have Witch's Eye, which is an artifact. Equipped creature has 1, tap, and scry. The equipped cost is 1. I guess that's not bad for 1 mana. Certainly a card that I would probably use in a draft or sealed. Fleecemane Lion is a white and a green. He has Monstrosity of 1 for a white, a green, and 3. As long as Fleecemane Lion is monstrous, it has hexproof and is indestructible. Whoa, he's a 3/3 for 2. This guy's good. And land and a soldier token. Pack number 2. We have Bronze Sable, which is a 2/1 artifact for 2. Messenger Speed, which is an enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has trample and haste for 1 red. We have Mnemonic Wall, which we have already seen. Cavalry Pegasus, which is a flying 1/1 for a white and a colorless. Whenever Cavalry Pegasus attacks, each attacking human gains flying until the end of turn. That's interesting. We have an Artifact Unicorn, which is a 1/2 for 3 and adds 1 mana of any color to your pool. I like them. We have Ray of Dissolution, which is target enchantment you gain. Destroy target enchantment, you gain 3 life. 3 for 3. That's a fair trade. Voyaging Satyr, which untaps a land. He's a 1/2 for a green and a colorless. He has a tremendous amount of potential in Magic Gathering. Untapping lands has always been a theme that has been able to be abused. Spearpoint Orid, a 2/2 for a red and 2 colorless with Bestow of 6. The 2/2 has first strike, and as an enchantment, or for the Bestow cost instead of the converted mana cost, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has first strike. We have a land, Unknown Shores. Add 1 mana to your mana pool, or spend 1, tap it, and add a mana of any color. So basically it's a mana filter. They're pushing the multicolor again. We have Aqueous Form, which is Enchanted Creature. Enchanted Creature can't be blocked. Whenever Enchanted Creature attacks, you scry for 1. We have the first uncommon of this pack is Magus Marauder. When Magus Marauder enters the battlefield, up to X target creatures each gain Intimidate and Haste until end of turn, where X is your devotion to black. Horizon Chimera is a multicolored card for a total of 4 mana. He's a 3/2. Has Flash, Flying, Trample, and whenever you draw a card, you gain 1 life. Wow, that's a really good uncommon. I see a lot of potential if you're playing blue and green. Cutthroat Maneuver. Up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+1 and gain lifelink until end of turn. Rare is Bident of Thassa. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. For a white and blue, creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. Interesting. It's a legendary enchantment artifact. Interesting. Elemental. March of the Returned. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Dragon Mantle. For 1 red, you can enchant creature, and Dragon Mantle, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and basically it allows you to pump your creature +1/+0 until end of turn. Nessian Asp has Reach. Wow, it's a 4/5 for 5 with Monstrosity of a 7. Well, Monstrosity 4 for the cost of 7. Bronze Sable again. Boon of Erebus. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Regenerate it. You lose 2 life. Cetassin Griffin. Asphodel Wanderer has Regenerate. A 1/1 for 1 with Regenerate. Not so bad. Breaching Hippocamp has Flash. When Hippocamp enters the battlefield, untap another target creature that you control. A 3/2 for 4 that untaps something you control. That's not so bad. It's not broken, but it's not bad. Silent Artisan. A 3/5 for 5. Titan Strength again. Gainsay, counter targeted blue spell. Evangel of Heliod. When Evangel of Heliod enters the battlefield, put a number of 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield equal to your devotion to white. Could be very interesting. We have Fanatic of Mogus. When Fanatic of Mogus enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each opponent equal to your devotion to red. Interesting. And for the rare in this set, we have blue rare, Human Wizard. A blue and a colorless for a 1/1 with Heroic that whenever you cast a spell that targets Artisan of Forms, you may have Artisan of Forms become a copy of target creature and gain this ability. Interesting. There's a tremendous amount of potential with that. So, in Theros, in this little bit of a look that we took in Theros, you get the intro pack, which features Shipbreaker's Kraken. We pulled an Agent of Horizons foil. We pulled Battlewise Hoplite foil, Mythic Rare, Heliod God of the Sun. Pulled Biden of Thassa, Artisan of Forms, Fleecemane Lion. Oh, and a Thoughtseize. I'm going to say that that's not a bad representation for 5 booster packs in the intro pack, since the intro pack is pre-constructed. That's not a bad representation at all. I mean, I don't know what Thoughtseize is going to go for in the current environment, but back in the day, Thoughtseize was worth some pretty good money, and you've got a really strong creature. She's kind of strong. I'm a little bit removed, but I would imagine that Artisan of Forms has a place in the standard environment, as does Fleecemane Lion, and maybe even Heliod. So there you have it. I'd like to thank Wizards of the Coast for supporting us and sharing information with us whenever they have their announcements. We're privy to them, so pay their support. Get out to Friday Night Magic, play some Magic. If you're in the Canton area, maybe, now that things are slowing down at work again, maybe you'll be able to find me playing up at Freedom Games if you want to come on out. And have a good day.